Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is already Rachel. If it's your first time here, you're welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always and always coming back. So guys, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my profession. So yeah, I discovered that my highest view video on this channel, my video that has the highest view on this channel is a video where I talked about nursing internship in Nigeria. That video is currently on its way to 1,000 views. And I'm like, you know what? And also, I noticed that in my analytics, I have quite a number of young people within the ages of 15 to I think about 19 that constantly watch my videos. So because of that, I've decided to put out this video on how to become a nurse. You might be the one watching this video and you want to become a nurse, but you don't know how to go about it. You might have a brother, you might have a sister, it might be you yourself, you might have a nephew, a cousin, a niece. So please stick around and watch this video, or you send this video to them, or you save this video and have them watch it, or you even watch for them and get across the information to them. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to become a nurse in Nigeria. So why I said in Nigeria is because that is what I'm exposed to at the moment, and that is what I have the required information to give you at the moment. Maybe if you want for some other countries, maybe if I'm able to gather information that I know that it is enough to feed you guys, I'm going to talk about another country. But for now, I'm talking about Nigeria, how to become a registered nurse in Nigeria. So if this video is something you need, then you stick around and wait to the very end. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So guys, just for clarity's sake, in case you are new on this channel or you don't know me, I'm a registered nurse, so safe to say that it is okay for me to be giving this information. All right, so guys, I highlighted the things I want to talk about so that my points will be coordinated. So at intervals, you might actually see me looking at this paper. It's because of the things that I have written here, just to coordinate everything I want to say, so I don't get to move from. Do you understand? Yes. So I believe you understand. So all right, guys. So becoming a nurse in Nigeria, they have two major pathways to becoming a registered nurse. I am talking about a registered nurse in Nigeria. Please, I beg you, don't come and be asking me questions like, "What of auxiliary? What of this?" Please, I beg you. I don't want to go the other way. I'm talking about becoming a registered nurse in Nigeria. So let's keep on smiling. Thank you. It's all right. There are two pathways to becoming a nurse in Nigeria. There is the School of Nursing pathway, which dates to the ages, and there is the university pathway. So I have gathered enough information for these two pathways, and trust me, guys, I'm ready to give you guys today. So for the actually, I went through I think that's the first thing I'm supposed to say. I went through the university pathway. I went through the university pathway, but I have enough information for the two pathways, so stick around. So I'm going to be starting with the School of Nursing pathway. The School of Nursing pathway, there are quite a number of School of Nursing in Nigeria. Literally, each state in Nigeria has about 2 or 3 School of Nursing, right? There are the private, there are the government owned, and all. Like there are a lot of School of Nurses in Nigeria. So School of Nursing pathway, for you to become a nurse via this pathway, first off, you have to be a graduate of a secondary school. You must have left secondary school, and you must have your WAEC or your SSC, basically your secondary school leaving certificate. Must be a good one. You must have credit in the 5 important subjects, which is the mathematics, the English, and the physics, chemistry, and biology. Just as a science student, obviously you must be a science student. I forgot to mention, you must be a science student and you must have credit in those 5 important courses. Then after that, you look into a school of nursing you desire to be, a school of nursing probably in your state or in a state where you like, or what have you. You get, usually during the process, it will be everywhere that this is the admission process. You get the admission form of the school, you fill the form, you get to sit for their exam, and if you pass the exam, if you have the required score, that they want, they would invite you for an interview. And after the interview, if you also scale through the interview, then you get admitted into the school of nursing. You get admitted into the school of nursing. Then let me just mention this so I don't forget during the course of the video. For school of nursing, you do not need jump, and it is a 3 years program. 3 years. Your year one, your year two, your year three, which is your final year, is a 3 years program. So when you get admitted to school of nursing, usually they will tell you that you are not fully a student yet, even though you are in school. Some school of nursing will even go ahead to tell you, some lecturers and all this people, they will even go ahead to tell you that your name is written with a pencil until you scale through the first 6 months. Then your name will be written with a biro. Then you know that you are on your journey to become a registered nurse. So the reason they say this is because there is a program called the NPTS program, which runs for the first 6 months in school of nursing. So usually this program is like the weeding program. They get to expose you to the basics of nursing, also refreshing your memory for what you learned in secondary school and all, and they introduce you to the basics of nursing. So this program runs for a whole 6 months, your first 6 months in school of nursing, and it is required for you to sit for an exam at the end of this NPTS program, and this exam is the reading exam. So when you fulfill the criteria for this exam, is either you get to stay in school or you get to be weeded out of school. So this is done just to make sure that they get the set of people that are fit for the journey, for the nursing journey, basically. So they feel like after this whole program, after they've provided you with everything you need in learning and all for this program, so if you cannot make up to the requirement, the prerequisites, what you're supposed to get, the courses you're supposed to pass, they believe that you are not fit for nursing. That is their belief, but exam is not the best test of knowledge, but usually it's exam they used to test for this. So if you don't get to make up to what you're supposed to make, then you'll be weeded out of school of nursing. That's why they say their name is written with pencil first and later is written with pen. So at that point where you pass that 6 month exam, where you scale through that NPTS program, you are now on your journey to become a registered nurse via the school of nursing pathway. That's when you can fully say that you are a student in school of nursing. Then your journey continues. You get introduced to hospital postings, clinical postings. You continue your education in school and all of those stuff. You juggle between schoolwork, clinical posting, and all of the stuff. And towards the end of your third year, you get to sit for a pre-qualifying exam, which qualifies you for the exam that qualifies you for a registered nurse certificate. Let me paraphrase. So you get to sit for an exam called the hospital final exam. So the hospital final exam qualifies you for your council exam. Your council exam is the qualifying exam that grants you a registered nurse certificate slash license. So when you sit for the hospital final exam, it is fashioned in a way that it looks exactly like the council exam, the exam you sit for to become a registered nurse. It is the same way. It runs for the same period of time. It is the same way. The fashion is the same way. It's just to qualify you. It is believed that anybody that passed the hospital final exam is fit to pass the council exam. So once you pass the hospital final exam, you are presented for the council exam. But if you don't pass the hospital final exam, it means that you have 6 months setback, basically, to prepare for the exam again. And the next 6 months, you get to write it and you pass and you move. So when you pass the hospital final exam, you are presented for the council exam. And after that, when you hopefully, by the grace of God, you pass the council exam, you become a registered nurse. And the whole 3 years in school of nursing comes to an end, and you are awarded a registered nurse certificate or a license. And the whole journey to becoming nurse in school of nursing pathway ends there with the registered nurse certificate only. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the university pathway. So the university pathway is a 5 years program. Yes, year one, year two, year three, year four, year five. It's a 5 years program. And for this, JAMB is required. Joint Admission Matriculation Board. It is required. So you get to sit for JAMB after your whole secondary school. And when you sit for JAMB, you have the required stuff for whichever university you are looking into. the pass mark or the cutoff mark basically. Then you get to sit for post jam depending on the university you are looking into getting your admission, and also the same requirements for your SSCE, 5 credits in the important courses, also applies for the university pathway. So with that, you write the post jam. God helping you, you get admission into the university of choice to study nursing. Then your journey begins. Then for the university, in your first year, you tend to do some refresh your secondary school memory, do some borrowed courses, introduction to basically just what every healthcare professional goes through in their first year. You also go through it. Then in your second year, you go through those foundation of nursing and more deeper stuffs, basically. But the class in university, like the whole 6 months program for the School of Nursing, also come to play in university, but it's a different ball game when it comes to the university. In the university, grade point is used, and for you to proceed in the university, usually for my school, at some point it was 2.5, at some point it was 3.0. I even heard that at some point it became 3.5. So that is the grade. What happens in the university is that when you don't meet up to the required GP that is set for the Department of Nursing in your university, you get to be weeded to other departments that are less demanding, other 4 years courses that are less demanding than nursing, that doesn't really require too much stress as nursing does. So you are weeded out to that department just to, and quite a number of them do well in those departments and they graduate and become really good individuals. So basically, you're weeded out to that department just to ease that whole stress. They believe that you are not fit for it. So the whole 6 months in school of nursing also comes to play when you're different way in the university. So in the university, you continue to go through your academic year. At the end of your second year, you're introduced to hospital postings. So you go from hospital to school, hospital posting, school posting, and all of those and school work and all of those stuff. And when you get to your fourth year, at the end of your fourth year in university, you get to sit for your pre-council exam, which is also the same as the hospital final exam in the School of Nursing. And this exam is a pre-qualifying exam to your council exam, where you sit in and become a registered nurse. So when you sit for this exam and you pass, you get to sit for your council exam to become a registered nurse. And when you pass, you become a registered nurse. But it doesn't end there in the university. If you also get to sit, if you're interested in becoming a midwife, you get to sit for the midwifery qualifying exam, pre-qualifying, then you sit for the midwifery exam, and if you pass, you become a registered midwife. Also, if your school is licensed to take the public health nurse exam, you also get to sit for that exam and become a registered public health nurse. So far, you passed the exam, which is three, and finally, you get your Bachelor of Nursing Science degree, BSc or BNSC, which makes you a qualified graduate nurse. So you have 4 degrees going through the university pathway. Four, it can be two, it can be three, it can be four, depending on you going through the university pathway. And for university, there is a 1 year internship program attached to your program. You get to do it any hospital of your choice. I made a video on how to hunt for internship in Nigeria. So when you do your internship program, after that 1 year internship program, every graduate in Nigeria does NYSC, and also nurses also do NYSC. So you get to go for your NYSC, which I am currently on. I'm doing my NYSC. You get to go for your NYSC. So cumulatively, we can say that the university pathway takes 7 years. But once you are done with your NYSC, you become a senior nursing officer, SNO, which should be a ward manager. You are a senior officer in the civil service, in the nursing profession, and all of those stuffs. All right. So here is what I advise. I advise that you go through the university pathway. And the reason I'm giving you this advice is because to maximize time, 5 years, and you've got two, three, or four certificates if you are serious. But through the School of Nursing, you just get one. And if you want to advance in your nursing ladder or your nursing journey, you still have to go through to the university. And it doesn't matter that you spend 3 years in School of Nursing, you get to spend 4 years in the university because you're admitted in year two, regardless of being a registered nurse or what have you. You get to spend 4 years in university, and the only thing is that you don't get to take the registered nurse exam again because you're already a registered nurse, but you take other exams that you are interested in, like the registered midwife exam, the registered public health exam, and you also get your BSc at the end of the day. So why I advise university instead of the School of Nursing is because of the maximization of time and money, because literally if you go through School of Nursing first then university later, you get to spend more than going through university right from time. So also, I need to mention this. There's a recent development of School of Nursing becoming College of Nursing, where people tend to spend 4 years, but there's still so much on the clarity about it is not yet sure. It's still kind of unclear. I've not seen anybody being enrolled. The whole idea is that they get to take it in, they get to fill it in JAM that they want to go to College of Nursing of this particular state. But most School of Nursing still operate as School of Nursing. So that is why I'm not giving you that information, because literally have not seen anybody get enrolled and is going through that pathway at the moment. So that's why I'm not giving you that information. I said there are still a lot surrounding the College of Nursing, but trust me, if you want to become a nurse, the School of Nursing and the university is very much active and you can go through that pathway. So, like this video, share it to people that might need it. When you like this video, suggest it to the people that actually need it. Leave a comment. If there's any question you have, leave it in the comment section. I will reply to you. Maybe you are not clear about something and you need clarity. Leave your question. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Bye.